Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever looked at the pennies jingling in your pocket and thought, meh, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you one of those unassuming little coins could make you a millionaire? Yes, you heard that right, a millionaire. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a humble coin with a jaw-dropping value of $1.1 million in today's market. Yup, a single penny worth more than a house. Let's talk about how this happened, what makes this penny so special, and how you can check your own collection for this hidden gem. And stick around until the end because I'll share a funny story about how I almost tossed away a valuable penny myself, and it might just save you from making the same mistake. The basics. What's a no-mint mark penny? So, first off, what's the deal with this no-mint mark business? For those new to the coin world, most pennies have a tiny letter under the year that tells you where they were made. An S means San Francisco, D means Denver, and if there's no letter, it was made in Philadelphia. Pretty straightforward, right? But here's the twist: while Philadelphia coins are common, certain years, like 1978, have some crazy rare variations that send collectors into a frenzy. And now, here's where it gets juicy. The 1978 no-mint mark penny isn't valuable just because it's old. I mean, there are plenty of pennies from 1978 floating around. What makes this one special is its near-perfect condition and a fascinating minting error that sets it apart. Collectors are on the hunt for MS-67 grade pennies from this year. What's MS-67? It's a super high grade that means the coin is basically flawless, with sharp details and no signs of wear. Finding a 1978 penny in this pristine condition is like finding a needle in a haystack, except this needle is worth over $1 million, and let's not forget about errors. Some of these 1978 pennies have slight imperfections from the minting process, like off-center strikes or double lettering. To us regular folks, they might look like defects. But to coin collectors, those quirks are like gold dust. So, if you spot a penny that looks a little off, don't dismiss it. It could be your ticket to early retirement. Alright, let's get practical. If you've got a jar of old pennies lying around, and let's be honest, who doesn't? Here's what you need to do: look for 1978. Simple enough, make sure there's no little S or D under the year. If it's blank, you're on the right track. Does it look crisp, shiny, and almost untouched? If yes, you might have struck gold. Well, copper in this case. Magnify and check for errors. Use a magnifying glass to spot any unusual features, like doubling on the text or a weird outline on Lincoln's face. My almost $1 million mistake. Now, let me tell you a quick story to illustrate why you should take this seriously. A few years back, I was cleaning out my junk drawer and came across a pile of old coins. I was this close to throwing them all into a Coinstar machine. But something told me to take a second look. One of the pennies caught my eye because it looked shinier than the others. It wasn't a 1978 no-mint mark penny, but it turned out to be a rare wheat penny worth $500. Imagine if I'd tossed it out without checking. I still get chills thinking about it. So, lesson learned: always check your change. Alright, folks, let's wrap this up. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny proves that treasure hunting isn't just for pirates. It could be as easy as looking through your loose change. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or a total newbie, it's worth taking the time to inspect those old coins. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about hidden treasures in your pocket, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could make you rich. And hey, share this video with your friends, because if they find $1 million penny, they might just split the cash with you. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time you hear someone say, "It's just a penny," you can hit them with, "Or is it?" Hey there, treasure hunters. Picture this: you're digging through your spare change, maybe grabbing a soda from a vending machine, and you stumble across a regular OL penny. Or so you think. But hold up, what if that regular penny is worth $1.2 million? Yeah, you heard me right. $1.2 million. Today, we're talking about the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. It might just turn your pocket change into a paycheck. Stick around because I'm not only diving into why this penny is so special but also sharing a funny little story about how I almost spent a potentially valuable penny on a pack of gum. And, of course, I'll leave you with tips on how to find these hidden gems. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's dig in. Okay, first things first, what's the deal with a no mint mark penny? Mint marks are those little letters you see on coins, like a D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco. If there's no mint mark, it means the coin was made in Philadelphia. But what makes the 1991 penny so special isn't just the lack of a mint mark, it's all about rarity, errors, and demand. You see, in 1991, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of pennies. Yes, billions with a B. So how could one be worth $1.2 million? Simple, a mistake. Rumor has it, a small batch of these pennies were struck with errors, some in the metal composition, others in the die. Think of it like finding a typo in a best-selling book. It's rare and suddenly, collectors want it. Now, here's where it gets juicy. These error pennies are believed to have an off-metal composition, meaning they were struck on the wrong planchet. That's CoinGeek speak for the blank metal disc. Imagine a penny accidentally made with the wrong mix of metals, like silver or something other than copper. It's like baking chocolate chip cookies and accidentally adding M&Ms, only way more valuable. But before you start flipping over your couch cushions, let me tell you what to look for. First, check for the no mint mark under the date 1991 on the front of the penny. Next, look for any weird signs, off-center strikes, strange textures, or an unusually shiny finish. And if you're not sure, you can always send it to a professional grader like PCGS or NGC to confirm its value. Now, here's where my embarrassing story comes in. A couple of years ago, I was at a gas station, rummaging through my car's cup holder to pay for, you guessed it, a pack of gum. As I handed over my handful of pennies, the cashier paused, squinted, and said, "Hey, this one looks weird." I shrugged it off, thinking, weird? It's a penny, lady. Fast forward to a week later, I saw a video about valuable coins, and boom, there it was, a 1991 no mint mark penny selling for big bucks. I don't know if that cashier knew what she had, but if she did, she probably quit her job and bought a yacht. Moral of the story, don't underestimate your pennies. Okay, let's talk market value. Why is this penny worth $1.2 million? It's a mix of rarity, condition, and demand from collectors. Coins in mint condition, that's with no scratches, smudges, or damage, fetch the highest prices. If your 1991 penny is uncirculated and graded highly, like MS67 or higher, you've hit the jackpot. Collectors go wild for coins like this because they're not only rare but also a piece of history, and here's the kicker, sometimes, these pennies go unnoticed for decades. They're hiding in old piggy banks, junk drawers, and even grandma's cookie jar. So, next time you're visiting family, maybe help clean out some old jars. Who knows what treasure you might find? So there you have it, the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of copper that could be worth over $1 million. Who knew something so small could make such a big difference? The key is paying attention to the little things, literally. Now, here's my challenge to you, go grab a jar of coins, a magnifying glass, and start hunting. Who knows? You might already have a fortune sitting right under your nose. And don't forget, if you think you found something valuable, get it checked out. You don't want to be like me and accidentally spend a treasure on gum. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with a friend who might be sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Imagine this, you're rummaging through an old jar of pennies, looking for enough change to buy a soda. Suddenly, you pull out a dusty penny, squint to look at the date, and there it is, 1964 with a little D mint mark. Congratulations! You might just be holding a fortune worth $1.3 million. Yep, that's right, a penny that's worth way more than your car, maybe even your house. Stick around because today, I'm diving deep into the story of the 1964 D Lincoln penny, what makes it so valuable, and how you could find one of these life-changing coins. And hey, if you're not into coins yet, I promise you'll be checking every penny in your pocket by the time we're done. Now, let's talk about the 1964 D penny. First off, the D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular coin was produced. Back in 1964, pennies were everywhere, they jingled in pockets, hid under couch cushions, and even got swallowed by vending machines. But here's the kicker, most of those pennies were worth, well, a penny. So, what makes this one special? Here's where it gets interesting. The 1964 D penny's $1.3 million value isn't because it's made of gold or sprinkled with magic. It's all about rarity and condition. Turns out, a small number of these pennies were struck with an error, something went wrong during production. Maybe the mint worker was having an off day, or maybe they were distracted by the Beatles topping the charts that year. Whatever the case, this mistake created a coin that collectors drool over. These errors could include things like a doubled die, when the design is accidentally struck twice, off-center printing, or even a unique luster from an experimental metal mix. Combine those quirks with a high-grade condition, meaning it looks like it just rolled off the minting press, and boom, you've got yourself a millionaire penny. Let me share a quick personal story to keep this fun. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She had this old coin collection her dad left her, and guess what? There was a 1964 penny in there. My heart skipped a beat. Was this the one? I grabbed a magnifying glass, looked for the D, and nothing. It was a plain OL Philly penny, worth 1 cent. Grandma thought my disappointment was hilarious and said, "Well, at least you're still richer than me." But here's the thing, people have found the real deal. Imagine the shock of spotting this tiny treasure in your spare change. One guy even found a 1964 D error penny while doing laundry. Can you believe that? Talk about making money while cleaning your jeans. Now, how do you know if you have one of these bad boys? First, grab a magnifying glass. Check for signs of doubling in the text or image, and examine the edges for unusual patterns. If you're unsure, take it to a coin dealer or grading service like PCGS. They'll confirm whether you've struck gold or, well, copper. Before we move on, let me just say, if you're the type who tosses pennies aside, stop right now. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes, it's $1 million story. Alright, folks, let's wrap this up. The 1964 D penny is proof that sometimes, the smallest things in life can have the biggest impact. It's not just about the money, though, let's be real, $1.3 million is life-changing. It's about the thrill of discovery. So, the next time you see a penny, don't just walk past it. Pick it up, flip it over, and see what you've got. Who knows? You might just stumble upon your own slice of history. Before you go, I've got a favor to ask. If you love learning about coins worth money or want more tips on finding treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Join our growing community of coin hunters, and let's uncover these hidden gems together. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts. Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, or maybe just curious folks who stumbled onto this video wondering if that jar of pennies on your dresser might make you rich. Let me ask you this, have you checked your change lately? Because hiding in plain sight might just be a 2020 D mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth a whopping $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.4 million for a penny. Isn't that the ultimate glow-up for loose change? Today, we're diving into what makes this penny so special, how to spot it, and maybe, just maybe, you could be holding onto a life-changing treasure. So, grab your magnifying glass, or your reading glasses, no judgment, and let's get started. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2020 D Lincoln penny is just your everyday, modern penny. Well, that's what the US Mint would have you believe. It was struck at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark, and features good ol' Honest Abe on the front, like all Lincoln pennies since 1909. But the kicker? A rare error or unique minting condition is what sets a handful of these coins apart, skyrocketing their value. You're probably wondering, what kind of error could make a 1 cent coin worth millions? Well, in this case, it's a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Some of these pennies have been found with a dramatic minting error, a doubled die on the obverse. That's the front for us non-coin nerds. This means Lincoln's face or the text might look slightly doubled, as if someone made a bad photocopy. Funny how a mistake can end up being worth more than a yacht, right? How to spot the $1 million penny now? Here's where things get interesting. If you've got a jar of change at home, dig out all your 2020 pennies with that D mint mark. First, give them a good look under bright light. Look for, it might look like he's got a shadow twin. Creepy, but valuable. A doubling on the lettering, words like Liberty or In God We Trust might appear blurry or layered. Pristine condition, this is crucial. Coins in mint state, shiny and untouched, are the ones collectors drool over, and if you don't trust your own eyes, invest in a cheap magnifying glass or coin loupe. You'd be surprised how satisfying it is to feel like a detective examining your pocket change. Here's a little insider scoop. Coins like the 2020 Lincoln penny are highly coveted because they tick all the boxes for collectors: rarity, condition, and the story behind them. Think of it this way: people pay millions for a Picasso painting, not because of the paint and canvas, but because of its history and significance. Same goes for rare coins, and here's the kicker: there's only a handful of these error coins confirmed, making them like the golden ticket in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So, if you find one, congratulations, you've hit the penny jackpot. Let me tell you a quick story. Last summer, I was helping my grandma clean out her garage. She's one of those people who keeps everything just in case. We stumbled on a jar of coins she'd been hoarding since the 80s. I thought, why not go through them? After all, I'd heard stories about valuable coins, but honestly, I didn't think lightning would strike us. Well, guess what? Among the sea of dusty pennies was a 2020 Lincoln penny. My heart skipped a beat. After some careful examination and a lot of Googling, I realized it wasn't the $1 million error coin, but man, that thrill was unforgettable. And who knows? That could be your story next. Alright, folks, we've covered the ins and outs of the 2020 Lincoln penny, the rarity, the value, and how to spot it. Now it's your turn. Dig into your pockets, sift through your couch cushions, and raid your piggy bank. Who knows? You might be holding on to the next $1 million coin and not even know it. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll never miss another video on coins worth serious cash. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who likes a good treasure hunt, I've got plenty more tips and tricks coming your way. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Have you ever found yourself digging through an old jar of pennies, hoping to strike it rich? Well, you're not alone. Been there, done that. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of one very special penny that could be worth $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million for a single, humble copper coin. We're talking about the 1889 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Why is it so valuable? How can you tell if you have one? And most importantly, how did a coin worth just a cent skyrocket into the Millionaires Club? Let's crack this case wide open. Okay, first things first, why 1889? What's so special about this year? Well, here's a little historical trivia for you. 1889 was smack in the middle of the Gilded Age, a time of industrial boom, outrageous wealth, and, apparently, some very special pennies. The 1889 penny with no mint mark wasn't just another coin, it was part of a rare batch with a striking error. These little imperfections make collectors go wild. You know, kind of like how we all secretly love a messy reality TV drama now. Let's break down the no mint mark thing. Normally, US coins have a tiny letter stamped on them to show where they were made: Denver, Philadelphia, San Francisco, or West Point. But the 1889 penny? No letter, no nothing. It's like the coin decided, I'm too cool for labels. This no mint mark is what makes it rare and desirable, but hold up, don't go flipping over every penny just yet. Not every 1889 penny is worth millions. Oh no, my friend, this is where things get tricky. You need the perfect combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Think of it like online dating. Sure, there are plenty of profiles out there, but finding the one? That's rare. Here's a quick checklist to see if you've hit the jackpot. No mint mark. Look below Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If there's no tiny letter, you might be onto something. This is crucial. Coins graded as MS65 or higher, basically, super shiny and flawless, fetch the big bucks. A scratched up penny won't cut it. Sorry. And now, let me share a little personal story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandpa clean out his garage. You know, one of those "this won't take long" projects that somehow turns into a whole weekend ordeal? Anyway, we stumbled upon an old coffee can filled with coins. I remember thinking, maybe I'll find something cool. And lo and behold, there it was, an 1889 penny. My heart skipped a beat. But then, I noticed the mint mark. Yep, there it was, a big, bold S staring back at me. Close, but no cigar. Grandpa got a good laugh out of it, though. Okay, back to business. So, what's driving the $1.5 million price tag? Well, it all comes down to demand. Collectors are like any other enthusiasts, they want what they can't have. The 1889 no mint mark penny is the Beyoncé of the coin world: rare, flawless, and highly sought after. There's a rumor that one of these pennies was found in an old piggy bank at a garage sale. Imagine paying 50 cents for a piggy bank and walking away with $1 million coin inside. Talk about a jackpot. So, here's the takeaway: start checking those pennies. Your next Starbucks latte could be sitting in a coin jar, waiting to fund your dream vacation or, your retirement. And if you're lucky enough to find an 1889 no mint mark penny in mint condition, you might just have your golden ticket. But don't stop here. There are tons of valuable coins out there, and I'm here to help you uncover them all. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth big bucks, hit that subscribe button. Join our growing community of treasure hunters, and let's turn your spare change into life-changing cash. Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever thought the humble penny in your pocket could be worth more than your car? Or even your house? Well, grab your loose change and stay tuned, because today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2017 D. Lincoln penny that's been shaking up the coin world with its jaw-dropping value of $1.6 million. Yeah, you heard me right, million. Now, before you go raiding your couch cushions or dumping your piggy bank on the floor, let's talk about what makes this penny so special and why you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because I've got a personal story about how I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. Spoiler alert, it involves a very unlucky trip to a vending machine, alright? So let's break it down. What's so special about the 2017 D. Lincoln penny? It all starts with that little D mint mark. For those of you new to the coin world, the D stands for the Denver Mint, where this penny was produced. But here's the kicker: not every 2017 D penny is worth millions. In fact, most of them are worth exactly 1 cent. So, what's the deal? The $1.6 million penny is actually a rare error coin. Error coins are like the happy little accidents of the coin world. They happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. Think doubled designs, off-center strikes, or weird materials getting mixed in. These errors make the coin unique, and collectors? Well, they go absolutely bananas for unique die. In the case of the 2017 D penny, the jackpot version has a major minting flaw. Some were struck on the wrong type of metal planchet, giving them a unique appearance and weight. Imagine spotting a penny that just looks different. It's shinier, or maybe it has a slight gold tint. That's the kind of thing that sets it apart. Now, let's talk money. Why would someone pay $1.6 million for a penny? It's all about rarity and demand. Only a handful of these error pennies exist, and when wealthy collectors hear only a handful, they see dollar signs. They're like Pokemon cards for adults. Gotta catch 'em all, even if it means dropping 7 figures. How do you know if you have one? Here's the fun part: you don't need to be a coin expert to start hunting. All you need is a good magnifying glass, decent lighting, and a little patience. First, check the mint mark. It needs to have that D4 Denver. Next, look for any unusual characteristics. Is the coin thicker, heavier, or just a little off? If so, bingo, you might be holding something special. Oh, and here's a pro tip: don't clean your coin. I know, it's tempting to make it look shiny and new, but collectors love coins in their original condition. A little dirt? That's character. A scratch from an aggressive scrub? That's a deal breaker. A relatable coin story. Now, let me tell you about the time I almost lost out on a potentially valuable coin. Picture this: it's a Monday morning, I'm half asleep, and I'm digging through my wallet for a snack from the vending machine. I grab a handful of coins, toss them in, and hit the button for a granola bar. Nothing happens. Turns out, the machine rejected one of the coins. I fish it out and, no joke, it was a 1972 error penny. Was it worth $1 million? Not quite, but it did sell for $50. Lesson learned: always check your change before you spend it. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Why this matters: coins like the 2017 D penny aren't just about money, they're little pieces of history. Think about it: a tiny error at the mint decades ago could change someone's life today. That's the beauty of coin collecting: it's part treasure hunt, part history lesson, and, okay, maybe a little bit of gambling. So, what's the takeaway here? Check your change, pay attention to the little details, and don't underestimate the power of a penny. Who knows? That tiny coin jingling in your pocket could be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least a really cool story. If you found this video helpful, or if you're already eyeing your spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I post videos like this all the time, covering rare coins, valuable finds, and tips to help you spot hidden treasures. And hey, drop a comment below, what's the most interesting coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. What if I told you that a penny, yes, a humble, seemingly ordinary 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, could actually be worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million? That's right. Today, we're diving deep into the world of this rare and valuable coin that might just be hiding in your couch cushions or that jar of spare change sitting on your kitchen counter. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of why this penny is worth more than a luxury sports car, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, this is just taking up space? Well, by the end of this video, you might never look at a penny the same way again. Stick around because you could be walking past your $1 million jackpot without even realizing it. Alright, let's talk about what sets this penny apart. First off, the lack of a mint mark is key. Typically, pennies are minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and their mint marks, P, D, or S, indicate where they were produced. But the 1988 penny with no mint mark? That's like a unicorn in the coin world. Here's the kicker, this isn't a mistake. The absence of a mint mark indicates it was produced in Philadelphia, but what makes it valuable is a rare die variety that only a few coins from that year and location possess. Coin collectors are constantly hunting for this elusive error, and when one pops up in pristine condition, it can fetch serious money. Let me share a little story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, the kind of cleaning where you find petrified fries under the seat. Anyway, I came across a handful of pennies and thought, nothing special. But one of them caught my eye because it just looked different. Turns out, it wasn't a rare coin, but it sparked my curiosity, and that's how I got into coin collecting. Fast forward to today, and I'm here sharing stories with you all because who knows? Maybe you will find the real gem, how to spot the 1988 no mint mark penny. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of identifying this coin. Grab your magnifying glass, yes, I'm giving you permission to channel your inner Sherlock Holmes and look closely. What you're searching for is something called the reverse of 1989 error. This means the coin features a design mismatch where the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial, is from the 1989 die instead of 1988. If you have a 1988 penny with this error, congratulations, you're in possession of a potential treasure. But, and here's the kicker, the condition of the coin matters a lot. A pristine, uncirculated coin is what collectors drool over. If your penny looks like it's been through a blender, its value drops faster than a bad stock market day. Now, let's address the $1 million question literally. Why is this penny worth $1.7 million? The simple answer, rarity and demand. Collectors are willing to pay big bucks for coins that are both rare and in exceptional condition. Think of it like art, only instead of hanging it on a wall, you keep it in a fancy display case, and let me just say, if you find one of these pennies, don't go spending it on a candy bar. Get it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm its value and condition, which is crucial if you're planning to sell it at an auction. The humor behind hunting for pennies, let's be honest, though. Telling your friends you're spending hours looking at pennies might get you a few raised eyebrows. But hey, who's laughing now when that penny could pay off your mortgage, send your kids to college, or fund a dream vacation? Plus, it's oddly satisfying to know you're turning loose change into a goldmine. Alright, my fellow treasure hunters, we've covered a lot today, from what makes the 1988 no mint mark penny special, to how you can spot one, and even the insane value it holds. If you're not rushing to check your piggy bank or that dusty jar of coins by now, I don't know what to tell you, but here's the thing, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. There are so many coins out there worth way more than you'd think, and I'm here to help you uncover them. If you found this video helpful, or even if you just enjoyed hearing me ramble about pennies, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss out on the next big coin tip. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever come across a cool coin or if you're going to start your own penny hunt. Let's share stories and maybe even some $1 million finds. Thanks for watching, and hey there, treasure hunters. What if I told you the humble penny sitting in your jar at home could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? Yes, we're talking about a single 1970 Lincoln penny. Yep, 1 cent turned into enough cash to buy a mansion, a fancy car, and still have some left over for a lifetime supply of coffee. Crazy, right? Today, we're diving into everything you need to know about this shiny little jackpot. We'll talk about why it's so valuable, how to spot one, and how you can make sure you're not missing out on a life-changing find. Oh, and stick around because I've got a hilarious personal story about a penny that almost made me lose my mind. Let's get to it. Why is the 1970 penny so valuable? Alright, first up, let's talk about the big question: why on earth is this penny worth $1.8 million? Well, it all boils down to a minting error. Back in 1970, the Denver Mint produced a batch of pennies with a small but significant mistake on the die. These errors are like golden tickets for coin collectors, they make the coin rare, and rarity equals value. The most famous error on the 1970 penny is a doubling effect called a double die. If you look closely at the date or the lettering, you might see some letters and numbers that appear to be slightly doubled. It's almost like the coin maker had won too many cups of coffee and got a little shaky at work. This tiny flaw makes the coin a collector's dream. How to spot a 1970 penny worth millions now? Before you go dumping your piggy bank all over the floor, here's what you need to know about spotting a 1970 penny that could make you rich. Look just below the year 1970 on your penny. If there's a small d, congratulations, you're in the running. Grab a magnifying glass or your phone's camera with a zoom function. Inspect the date and the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If they look doubled, you might be onto something. Condition matters. Even if you find a doubled die, the coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. The shinier and less worn, the better. Collectors go wild for coins in mint or near mint condition. Quick story time. A few months ago, I was at my grandma's house helping her clean out her kitchen drawers, the ones that hold everything from paper clips to a mini toolkit. I found an old jar of pennies, and of course, my coin-loving brain went into overdrive. I started sorting through them like a maniac, convinced I was about to find the holy grail of pennies. Long story short, I did find a 1970 penny, but guess what? No doubling. My dreams of retiring early were crushed in an instant. But hey, I did learn something valuable. Always double-check your change because you never know what you might have. Let's say you find one, what next? Don't just run to your nearest coin dealer waving it in the air like a golden ticket. Here's a better plan: send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm its authenticity and grade its condition. Check recent auction prices to see what similar coins are selling for, as serious collectors often pay top dollar, so consider selling through an auction house or a trusted coin dealer. So there you have it, folks. The 1970 Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of pocket change, it's a potential ticket to financial freedom. Remember to check your change, hunt through those old jars, and pay attention to the details. If you enjoyed today's video and want more tips on spotting valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got a ton of exciting content coming your way, from rare nickels to silver dimes worth of fortune. And hey, drop a comment below. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting!